What up, and welcome back to another episode of Glitter Mindset. I am your host, Aria Lighty, and I am stoked AF to be with you guys right now. Are you supposed to say AF out loud? Is it like LOL? But like legit, I am so freaking excited. That's why there's no intro, no outro, no editing, just hopping on here and shooting some freaking shit with y'all because it has been a minute. I missed y'all, and I wanted to get this message out into the world, into your ears ASAP because it really just like washed over me. It hit me, and I just wanted to come share this time with you. So, for those of you that don't know, the reason I've been MIA for a hot second is I was in the hospital last week. I went to the ER last Sunday after dealing with like 10 hours of insane immense pain, like some of the worst I have ever freaking felt. And it turned out that it was my gallbladder and some fun little gallstones that leaked out and were causing blockages and some other issues. So that was super fun. So 3 days in the hospital, a few days of recovery and rest at home, but I'm almost back to 100%. And let me tell you, I had been silently dealing with some health struggles behind the scenes for a while, and ever since that like toxic organ was removed for me, I am like feeling better than I have in months, maybe even a year. Okay, and now that my body is feeling a lot better, besides of course, I want to get to running and jumping into everything, but I am allowing myself to still heal and be realistic. But even just like this post-op, right, I am feeling so freaking good, and it's really showing me how much of those health issues were kind of tied into that, and just kind of how low I had been for so long. And I chalked some of that exhaustion and brain fog and stuff like that. I chalked a lot of that up to depression, like the season I've been in of just healing and being focused on really like intense shadow work. So I thought it was just a part of it. And maybe it was, and maybe it's just kind of a representation of all of that. Because in Chinese medicine, by the way, the gallbladder is where you store like your rage and your anger that you're not like expressing. So super fitting. But now that it's out, I am on freaking fire. Okay. There's been a major shift in the energy, and the fog has like lifted, like the clouds have passed, right? And I know for a fact that I'm not the only one who has been feeling that. Like, you feel that freaking shift. Like, can you feel it? Do you feel that like dark cloud lifting off of us and the optimism coming back in? Like the sunshine is poking through again. It's like, oh, right? Like Scorpio season and eclipse season were happy as fuck. The past few months, honestly, this whole year, but really the past few months, really in a condensed, small amount of time for almost everyone I knew has been about some like deep, intense looks at it, at what is not working, what needs to be healed, what needs to be let go of, what we need to shed. Now, even if you didn't have surgery and remove an organ, right? Like, by the way, I completely win this Scorpio season for removing a toxic organ for myself. But that's me. I always understand this time, and I always got to do the most, right? I always got to win that situation. But anyways, the past few months for a theme has been, like I said, like taking a look at shit. Like almost everyone I know is having what they're calling like midlife crises, right? Like total breakdowns, total opportunities to just like really go within and join me on this shadow work. It's been some very dark energy for some of my clients, like doubting themselves and getting really, really hard on themselves and getting ready to throw in the towel on their businesses or their projects, like burning shit down around them. Guess what, baby? It is now time to rise from the fucking ashes. Okay? You sexy fucking phoenix, you. Like every client that I have, I hope you're feeling the same way as like, oh, well, damn, I'm totally over that thing. Or never mind, things are totally falling into place, right? Like it's not all doom and gloom anymore. For me, no fucking joke, past 2 weeks, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Everything that could trigger past wounds did. Everything that could have popped up. But in the past, like, 24, 36 hours, shit has been popping up like left and right. Like, boom, fucking miracle. Boom, freaking win. Like, okay, shit, right? Like, I can get used to this. I'm liking this. I'm liking this new energy. We're happy here. But it's because we, like I, you, my clients, us collectively, like we finally addressed and started facing that healing shit that we've been putting off, right? Because we confronted that shit that isn't working. And remember, your new life is going to cost you your old one. And I told you that, and I told you it ain't going to be pretty, it ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it, right? It's going to cost you your old friends, your old habits, your old toxic ass defense mechanisms. It's going to cost you your old standards because we are expecting and reaching for way freaking higher now, right? My client and I were just talking about these shifts that she was experiencing, and we put it like this: like, we aren't taking breadcrumbs anymore. We're not going to be satisfied. Those don't satisfy us any longer. We are hungry and we are here to feast. Like, that is why we're demanding a seat at the table. We're here to feast. You're not going to just give me the leftovers anymore. Okay? So, are you feeling it? Are you rocking with this new energy? Like, we got Sag season, like eclipses are over, new moon fucking energy today. And this new moon is supposed to be like super amazing for manifesting and new beginnings and, turning the page to new chapters, fucking closing the book and going on to a brand new fucking book. Like, we took our time to be in the hermit energy and to heal and to really confront some freaking gnarly, messy shit. But now it's time to rock. And I don't just mean like the astro witchy planets, spacey woo me talking here, okay? Like, I mean, it's actually freaking time. It's time to rock. It's fuck shit up o'clock, okay? We are at an interesting time in our history right now. We are at like the cusp of change, right? Like the edge of this big push, not just individually, but as a collective. And I know that I'm not the only one seeing it and feeling that shift in the air, the rumble beneath our feet. Like, I know you guys are feeling it too. And P.S. back to astrology for a second. A lot of astrologers actually predicted some of these shifts at this time. And here we are, right? But anyways, this is our freaking time. The big dogs are crumbling, right? The oligarchs are crumbling. The evil corporations are getting some long overdue freaking karma. Major billionaires are getting their asses handed to them, like losing some of their freaking absolutely undeserved wealth. The veils are being lifted. We are seeing things clearer now, right? The jig is up. I'm like, damn, it ain't all a coincidence, okay? And if the things that have been happening lately have taught us anything, one, it's that these so freaking called geniuses at the top don't have nothing you do not have besides freaking privilege. Okay? I have been talking about how these systems have been created to only keep one type of person in power, right? To showcase the picture of white men. They're the picture of success, right? They have something that we don't. They're the chosen ones. That's on purpose because they know that women in power, they know people in color would change everything. They know that wealth would be shifted. They know that they wouldn't be able to like hoard all of the resources, right? Billionaires have been painted as these business gurus when that's not the case at all. So this should show you and prove to you without a shadow of doubt that there is space for your brilliance and that you deserve to go after all of the things you want to because you deserve it way more than them. And two, the world needs us to rise to the occasion and claim our seats at the table, right? Time to feast. We need more powerful women and badass non-binary queers out there doing the damn thing. Making more decisions, blazing trails, staking freaking claims, right? You feel me? We need people like you with good hearts, generous spirits, with empathy. Those that know that the way that it's always been done is freaking bullshit and that we fucking need some disruptors in here, right? It's fuck shit up o'clock. It's time to fuck shit up. It's time to tear some shit down and build it better. So this is my invitation to you to ride this energy. And it's honestly not even an invitation because I'm actually begging you. I am begging you, right? That big idea that you want to bring to the world, that big thing that's on your heart, that idea that you can't seem to shake, that career shift you've been wanting to make, that promotion or higher position you have been dreaming of applying for, whatever just popped into your heart when I said that, whatever that thing was that just like put full body chills and like flooded your mind, that is the thing. Go do that thing. Like, go do that fucking thing right now. And listen, sometimes I say shit like this about like how the world can change when you show up for that big thing or whatever. And sometimes people will be like, well, all I want to do is quit my 9 to 5 and be a freaking photographer, right? Or all I want to do is go learn how to microblade. That's not revolutionary. That's not going to change the world. But the fuck it ain't. Okay? Every single time a woman, a non-binary person, a queer, a creative, a person of color decides to break out of this damn matrix around us and create the life of their dreams, like boom, you just showed somebody else that they could do it too. And if you don't change the freaking world and cause ripples just by doing that, like every time that someone says, you know what, I am good enough, I am enough to have and do what I freaking want, I am worthy of taking this one life I have and living it the way that I want to. Not how my parents said I should live it, not how society says I should, not how society expects me to work and act and move, right? We are not messing around anymore. We're not freaking pussyfooting and playing this cute little humble game anymore. We are stepping up and we are answering the call, okay? And when I say show the fuck up, I don't just mean like go be visible, go get on the podcast, go have your social media, go network. Like, of course, that is something I'm absolutely dedicated to, and that is a part of it. But show the fuck up is so much more. It's like show the fuck up for yourself, right? Like pull up for the calling, for the world, for your own damn freaking self. Like be about it. Show the fuck up, step the fuck up, pull up. Whatever your passion is, you gotta be 10 toes down, okay? This is our fucking time. This is our fucking time to demand that seat at the table. This is serious. This is not give you buck. This is walk it like you talk it or get out of the way. And that is why I love rocking with people that are fucking shit up and doing things completely different, because it's time to disrupt. It's time to be loud. It's time to be bold. It's time to move. It's time to take action. It's time to stop sleeping on yourself, okay? And I'll tell you this again. All the reasons that you tell yourself that you can't show up or you can't have this dream are all the fucking reasons you should be, okay? If you have never seen a leader or a trailblazer or an influencer that looks like you, walks like you, acts like you, moves like you, talks like you, then you better step up. You better answer the call, because guess what? That's an obvious sign that there's a hole in your mother industry and in the world that only you can fill. And if you think that this dream will require you to water yourself down or whitewash yourself or be something other than you or go find something outside of yourself, if you think you need to change who you are at your core in order to go after it, wrong again. Wrong again. Remember, we don't need those ideas of professionalism bullshit. We do not need to see more dumbass, perfectly painted pictures of what success and abundance looks like. We do not need any more gatekeeping around wealth and success, right? We need you. We need you in your raw, your messy, maybe even freaking ratchet, bold, audacious ass energy. So decide that all the freaking shit that you left behind in the past couple of months, in this past, season, that it was all for a reason. Everything that you shed, everything that you lost, everything that you had to walk away from, it was for a reason. Decide that all the rejections were actually protection to lead you to this moment right now, where you decide to go all in on that dream and bet on your damn self, okay? Decide that you are worthy as is, and that this call wouldn't be on your freaking heart in the first place if you weren't the one that was born to bring it to life. decide what you are available for, and decide what you are absolutely not available for, right? Like, who gives a shit what anyone says or thinks? Who gives a shit if it's not how it's always been? Who gives a shit if it's going to ruffle some feathers? Are you going to tell me that you're going to look back at your life and say, thank God I played it freaking safe? Hell no. So it's time to bet on you, my friends, my loves. Every single disruptor, trailblazer, visionary, thought leader listening to this. Are you with me? Like, this was your sign. Have you been asking for a sign? Because this was your sign. This is your divine sign. This is your freaking slap upside the head from the universe. Like, go do the damn thing. Stop freaking waiting. Stop wasting time. It is time to fuck shit up. I love you. And thanks so much for being here.